start with the video. Because the part that I'm also kind of don't like about slop tubing is that it's the meta. A lot of people complain about slop tubing and it's like react videos. It's like, oh, it's so unoriginal. But you guys keep watching! You guys keep watching it! So it keeps happening to be the meta on YouTube, man! Why? What'd I do, man? What'd I do?
On January 8th, 2005, a man named Martin discovered a mysterious package in his mailbox. Confused, he brought it inside and opened it up.
Well, of course, when you get a mysterious package, your first instinct is to open it. Oh, not at all very harmful for your safety. What if it's suddenly, you know, kaboom? Rico, kaboom. No. First instinct. Mysterious package. Open it. Isn't it, like, supposed to be in America? Your first instinct when... your first instinct when you get a mysterious package is to also water yourself. Wait, is my throat drying? It's still moist, man! Anyway, as I was saying, the first instinct this motherfucker has is like, oh, I got a mysterious package. Open it. Good to start with some water. Okay, fine. You make a good point.
Inside the package was a single item, a video tape with no label or note to explain its contents. Curious to see what was on it, he put it in his camcorder and pressed play, and the footage he found on it was shocking to say the least. It contained a nearly hour-long video of a man describing the violent things he was about to do, how he was going to lure his victims, and the makeshift devices he was going to use.
What a start! Wait, don't tell me he has a manifesto as well.
I'm not trained in torture methods, which is what I'm gonna have to make do. I got my drill here.
Okay! Starting out with a bang.
The reason why it's got this padding on it is just to try to silence it a bit, because I'm in an apartment. I got gagged.
Bro, I don't think padding it with the duct tape and whatever padding he used was gonna do anything good to it. But, you know, kudos for trying.
Socks. Got lots of duct tape. I got a soldering iron. Sheets.
What for? Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I think I knew what he was trying to do.
Crude implements, I think, can work wonders, especially if it's used in the right way.
However, while the content itself was extremely grim, what disturbed Martin more was the fact that he personally knew the person on screen. This wasn't the manifesto of a serial killer planning to take innocent.
Okay, now that is interesting. So I did mention maybe this guy has a manifesto or something. Apparently not. That just blocked the ventilation so now that the drill will easily overheat. He's gonna shove that in. The booty hole?
Lives. Instead, it was the final message of Martin's.
Man, he better not do that, because apparently the person might like it. You know.
Close friend, Ricky Rodriguez. A man who was tormented by a cold from the moment he was born. He eventually managed to.
Oh no, it's. Why is it always the old men that look like that?
To escape the cold.
There's a term for it, right? Like, people who have that look. I forgot what it was.
And was now planning to take revenge on the people who did unspeakable
Hurt
things
them.
to him for all those years.
Bro looks like a college professor.
Recorded this hour-long video and mailed it to his few friends.
I mean, he is a cult leader, so kind of makes sense.
Family, so they would find it and have all the answers about what he was about to do and why.
I am making this video, well, for many reasons, I guess. I suppose the main reason is that I want there to be some record of...
Wait, Fifth Venom caught my reflection on the treadmill. Didn't realize I was pulling a wagon. Oh shit! Fifth Venom is the dump truck!
The way I feel, my ideas, just who I was, really.
Ricky's story began 30 years earlier on January 25, 1975, when he was
Levi, Sammy Bro, at Lamau, he just have a long ass beard.
born as the first child of Karen Alva Zerby. Karen was a member of a cult called the Children of God, which used Christian language to lure in young, impressionable minds, often teenagers, and molded them to its sick and perverse ideals. 2 years after Ricky's birth, he was adopted by the cult's leader, David Burke, who presented
That guy looks fucking creepy. And not just his appearance, it's just that damn, cult leaders have that look. I forgot the term that you use. There was a term for it. In any case, also like
himself as the Chosen One. David changed the cult's name to The Family and declared Ricky to be a
the
religious
family.
herald, granting him a special
Uncanny.
position in the organization. However, while he was treated like royalty by the other members on the surface, behind closed doors, Ricky was the victim of vile acts
Exalted. So I come back to you watching cult stuff. Are you making a cult now? No. Well, I'm just watching. Just watch with me, okay?
child should ever have to endure. David
Levi,
not only
shut up.
encouraged these acts, but went as far as to write a whole
The
book
story of the Vendito.
about everything
Physiognomy. How the fuck do you read that? Physiognomy. She is gonna enslave herself. How the fuck am I gonna do that?
he and his followers did to Ricky.
Oh yeah, I do collect veterans.
He called it the story of DeVito. This abuse continued for
DeVito.
many years, but as Ricky got older, he became aware of David's lies and manipulation. Then, in 1999, he finally managed to escape the cult with his girlfriend Alexia
Sammy,
Manuel
you
by faking a
fuck.
visit to the cult's compound in Mexico and fleeing to the
The cult of thick ass.
US instead. Reintegration into society after 24 years in an isolated cult was anything but simple. But Ricky somehow managed to pull through and secure a job as an electrician. He also married Alexia and later moved to Tucson, Arizona due to his work. Unfortunately, no matter how hard he tried to move forward, the nightmare he escaped continued to haunt him. David had passed away in 1994, and the cult was now under the supervision of Karen
Goddamn.
Zerby, Ricky's mother. And
Yo, rents up. But, kind of an interesting thing. So apparently, he couldn't move on because he grew up in that cult. Kind of a, I can't say it's a reasonable crash out, but at the same time, he did go through some tough shit.
the cult had managed to escape
Extreme
legal
follower.
repercussions by mainly operating overseas. Ricky knew that there were still
A zealot is a person who is excessively zealous or enthusiastic about a cause, especially a religion or political belief. Sorry, I'm already part of Church of Bootyology and Sickness.
countless children suffering the
Oh, you would be, Drifter.
same fate as him.
You would
so,
be.
in January of 2005, he decided enough was enough and took matters into his own hands. Which brings us back to the video he recorded and then mailed to a handful of close friends and his wife.
Clacker
In
Logi!
it, Ricky mentioned his ultimate goal, which was to bring down the cult all on his own. Beyond that, a part of this was also
I mean, their cult leader's already gone. So how the hell are you gonna do that? Huh.
about getting revenge for everything that was done to him.
There's this need that I have. This need, it's not a want, it's a need, and I wish it
He has a strong need.
wasn't, but it is. It's a need for revenge.
I know what kind of man you are, Drifter. I know what kind of man you are.
It's a need for justice. Because I can't go on like this.
In this video, he also laid out his plan for accomplishing this goal. He'd apparently gotten in contact with his previous nanny, Angela Smith, who was among the group that tormented him during his time in the cult. He was going to invite her over for dinner at his apartment in Tucson and make her tell everything she knew about the other members' whereabouts by any means necessary. And that's exactly what he did. On January 8th, after mailing copies of his recording, he invited Angela into his home and proceeded with the plan. It's unclear what information he managed to extract from her before taking her life. He then got into his car.
Cold damage is already done, but the effects are still there. And how about a horror vid? Maybe after this one. Cult of Roomba. It's a cult of people worshipping a Roomba with okay. Yo!
And drove to Blythe, California. There, he rented a motel and called his wife to tell her about.
May her booty Lester guide us. Amen.
What
the fuck,
and what he was going to do next. However, despite the meticulous planning, Ricky ultimately couldn't follow through with the rest of his plan. On the morning of January 9th, authorities found his car in a parking lot just a few miles from the hotel he was staying at. Ricky was found.
Oh, now we're back to rating my burp. Damn. I did get a comment from my older video. Someone is like, some people are kind of creepy, but damn.
Inside the car as well, where he had taken his own life. And while this was tragic news for his loved ones, it was hardly surprising for his wife. You see, Ricky believed.
Yeah, even his wife was like, unsurprising. He has been telling me that he wasn't gonna do that sometime. Motherfucker actually went and did it.
Killing the cultists would bring him peace, something he reiterated in his last video.
I can imagine how I would feel, how liberating it would be.
But that's not what happened. During his call with his wife, he confessed that despite his anger and resentment, killing Angela was the hardest thing he had ever done.
Bless our viewers
Taking
with a
revenge
grace
didn't
and
bring the
bountiful
comfort he was looking
Roomba
for.
booty.
He
What
couldn't
the
bring
fuck?
himself to take any more lives and decided to end it all that night, leaving his friends and family with this hour-long video to remember him by. As for the family cult, it remains active to this day under the leadership of his mother.
God damn. His own mother! His own fucking mother is running the cult. What a world we live in.
On October 4th, 2006, at approximately 6:15 a.m., the Bay
Bro
Police
does this
Department
monologue
received
with
a
heavy
chilling
metal
call
as
from a woman
background.
saying, "My children are dead," in a calm and quiet voice. The disconnect between her tone and the situation she was describing was extremely unsettling. When asked what happened, she replied, "I don't know, I don't remember." Police officers immediately rushed to the address she provided and knocked on the
It's cruel Hellion, yet we still live in it. Sounds about right. The, what do you call this one? The duplicity.
door of her apartment, bracing for what
Well,
they might
now.
find. The door.
Yeah, the guy actually had a legitimate crash out, to be honest. Although, of course, what he did is wrong. And at the same time, he kind of bopped himself.
Opened and they were greeted
Out
by
of guilt.
31-year-old Frances Elaine Campione. When the officers asked her about the children she mentioned on her call, she replied in the same disturbingly calm voice, stating, "Yes, they're dead. They're on my bed."
Earth is the only planet I know that has VTubers. Wait until we get to Mars.
As the officers entered the master bedroom, he saw the remains of two little girls, 3-year-old Serena and 19-month-old Sophia, lying on the bed. Both were dressed in clean clothes and were also wearing
Hello,
necklaces and
Robo.
earrings.
Yo, sup,
However,
Killy?
their skin was starting to...
Well, it seems like you're new around here, Killy. Unless someone renamed themselves. And maybe partake in the consumption of holy cake and the gentle caress of heavenly cheeks. Amen. What is this? Why are you guys praying like we're in a cult? Oh my god!
to turn blue, suggesting they might have been deceased for quite some time.
Stop! What?
One of
Great!
the officers also noticed
What?
a small bruise on Sophia's
Scream!
forehead.
No!
That was it. There was nothing else in
Now the chat is just like, amen!
the room that could have explained their deaths. But as the investigators looked through Elaine's apartment, they found a camcorder with footage that explained everything. The recording started on a wholesome note, showing Elaine surprising Serena with a new bike on her 3rd birthday.
Someone make a Discord server and that's the name of it. Just gonna say why am I grinding in Grow a Garden while watching What? Rens! Told you you're making a cult. Where's the money?
Day on August 8th.
Behold, Clanka called.
Hi, Serena. It's August 8th, 2006.
Kinda creepy.
Happy birthday.
Well, I mean, the video
to
is kind of
you.
creepy.
Happy birthday to you.
Money.
Happy birthday, Serena. Happy birthday to you. Serena's 3 today. Yay! Let's go to the living room.
Motherfucker, thank you.
Any birthday
100
presents?
thumb.
Birthday fairies?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Graham, Roomba demands tights. The money starts flowing when you start selling tea. Wait, what? What kind of tea? Yo, what kind of tea were you talking about?
Let's go.
Just like any good. Oh, I think I know what you guys are referring to. I don't know what brand of tea that was, but I think I heard about it before. You guys are clever. Yeah, that brand of tea, boo tea. We're gonna use that thing now. What the fuck?
I have to go.
Android milk tea. You would want that, Renz, wouldn't you?
What is it?
It's a bike.
The next
It's a
video also shows
bike!
Elaine and her 2 daughters just hanging around and having fun.
I love you.
This much.
Oh, I love you more than that.
So far,
What is
everything looked quite normal. However, the third recording, dated October 2nd, was when things started to get weird. The tone of the recordings
No
instantly
shit.
changed as Elaine suddenly went on and on about their horrible living conditions and the torment her ex-husband Leo and his family had put her through, said all in front of her children.
You can't see through the camera, boo-hoo. Oh, yes, this is a deplorable, horrible, messy,
Nah, my stomach is not good with milk tea. Rejoice, mate. Android milk tea rain down internally. What are you guys doing? Ah.
filthy apartment that supposedly my 2 children and I live in, and it's just
Guys,
a horrible,
focus!
horrible mess.
Focus! Watch the video!
I think Diego Campione is totally in the wrong, and I hope he burns in hell for all his sins, the same as
Damn, okay, women. Calm down, women. Calm down.
Leonardo. All I wanted to do
She fucking
was take care of
pissed.
my 2 little girls and live happily ever after the 3 years of physical, emotional, and mental abuse that I endured tremendously by Leonardo Campione, and then the past year from Anna and Diego Campione, the mental and emotional abuse, which wouldn't stop, and I had CAS keep bringing these 2 people into my life over and over again when I kept telling them the amount of mental and emotional abuse it was causing my 3-year-old daughter Serena and I and Sophia. It was horrible and uncalled for, and I want justice to my family for what they have all done to us. I cried out for help. They should have.
Yeah, she fucking lost it. She just ranting like, bro, that's mental health issue right there. Like, I get it. You know, some women do get domestic abuse, but holy fuck. Damn. Yeah, she needs help.
Leo was apparently extremely abusive, both physically and mentally.
Between a crazy dude and a crazy lady. The crazy lady is scarier. Yeah, I can agree with that. Because usually a dude kind of like, what do you call this in games? Where they kind of project that they're about to attack. What do you call it? There's a word for it. It's like winding up for an attack. I forget my real name is also Leo. Oh no, Levi. Telegraph. Yeah, crazy men will telegraph you what their intentions are. And like, one example is that dude from earlier, right? Literally making a fucking video. Yeah, dudes are predictable. Meanwhile, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm like a pick-me, but some women just snap. You don't even know. It just happens. Reverse. Yeah, reverse Nichols up.
He prevented her from contacting her parents, and at one point even kicked her in her stomach while she was pregnant.
It's not even
This
fiction, it's just
resulted in
something.
Leo getting charged.
Yeah, she needs help. She needs help. Like, I get it. You got abused, but don't hurt the children. It's not a good reason to hurt children. Which inevitably she did. Gray, I'll kill you. Already, you Gray!
Charged with domestic violence, and the two getting divorced. However, at the time of this recording, Leo was starting to turn things around and was engaged in a legal battle with Elaine over the custody of their daughters. This took an immense toll on Elaine's mental health. She was already quite unstable and had been to the psych ward twice in the past couple.
Yo, girl is actually crazy. She actually went into the psych ward already. There you go. Do I need to add anything to it? I'm just watching this. I'm not a professional, but if you have been historically in the psych ward, girl, you got some cuckoo.
Of years. But according to her mother, the custody battle caused her to lose it completely and developed severe paranoia. She became worried that Leo would one day show up and forcibly take her daughters away. Then, on October...
Oh, at this point, it's negligence on either professional's part of the family.
2nd, after ending this recording at 8:39 p.m., Elaine did the unthinkable by taking the lives of her own daughters, then recording a haunting confession that investigators discovered on the same camera.
Recording this because Leo and there, are you happy? Everything is gone. You wouldn't give peace. You wouldn't tell the truth. I begged. You even had Stacy not believing me, telling her I had to sign papers when I didn't. I went to victim witness to get the truth. Try and beg.
At this point, if you committed a crime, all because you are being abused, is kind of... Yikes. Like, how would I then support you if you've done this to the children? Like, how?
Everyone.
What did the kids do to you, man?
3 years behind closed doors, beat me when I was
Paranoia is fucking dangerous.
pregnant with Serena and Sophia. You didn't care about our babies. You didn't care about me. You care about yourself. You wanted to win. You won. Are you happy? How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel? How does it make me feel?
Yeah, at this point, I lost sympathy for this woman, because it's like, why did you hurt the children? Why? And whatever justification you have in your head, it didn't make sense.
Great. I've lost everything my whole life.
Like the proper response is to fight back legally. But this circumstance kind of like boils down to she has really lost it.
At this point, the camera cut to a later point where Elaine attempted to take her own.
I tried to overdose.
It's almost to the point like I'm feeling she's doing it out of attention. Like, if you notice, every time she brings up the abuse, it's always about her. And not about her children's safety. Yeah, it could be something about attention. She wants attention. It's all about her. She's pretending she loves her children, but in reality she wants Leo back. But Leo already saw that she's gone mad. Yeah. Yeah.
They're changing the displays. Now is the time to make a great deal on
Yeah. This is attention-seeking behavior. Because why would the guy leave her but want to secure the children? Right? Because usually a lot of, like, I never thought of that when I first bought. Yeah, because she could be using the children to get Leo back. And every time she puts a video up about the children, she goes on a tirade about herself, not the children's well-being. Because if you are truly a selfless mother, you would think about your children and what Leo could possibly do to the children. But no, at this circumstance, she's only focused about getting people on her side, getting people to believe that she has been abused. And it's all about her. It's like, oh, people from Child Protective Services might come by to get the children. Leo wouldn't tell the truth. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, I cannot prove that that is the case, that she is actually, like, narcissistic at this point. Where she ended up taking the children's lives because she couldn't get to Leo. And so she's like, in her mind, oh yeah, you don't want to come back. Fine, I'll take their lives. And that is exactly what she did in the video. She is literally mocking Leo for not coming back to her by taking the lives of the children. Are you happy now?
Hellion made hydro-fueled hot tubs. In-stock models, floor model, or custom orders, everything has a sale price. Pool spa, sauna, showroom.
And like trying to like take her own life is again a selfish move. What is this all for? To make a reaction from a non-reacting individual.
Making waves.
Renz.
Aurelia.
Yeah, she is selfish. She didn't really care about the children. She is using the children to get Leo back. And then when she realized that Leo knows the game, she took the children's lives. Because she wasn't really a mother. She was out for herself.
Grace Bridget, soon to be in Huntsville. You can also check them out on the web at Pool Spa, Sauna, Showroom.
The mental scape is terrifying thing. Justification aside, this is a side reminder of how people can snap. And what they will do to get attention. Yeah. No, they were not your life. If they were, they wouldn't be dead now, would they?
Elaine was arrested on the spot and was later charged with murder, with the found footage in her home serving as crucial evidence against her. She was ultimately sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
Wow. Only 25 years and you get parole. Meanwhile, your children, 2 children, can have lived like up to 80 years old. So 2 life sentences if I were the judge.
Years ago, the Bureau of Land Management published a public service announcement dubbed Stay Out.
I'm sorry, just got a little, like, too real for me because I got 2 sisters with, you know, children, so it's kind of like, damn.
Stay Alive, educating viewers about the countless dangers of exploring abandoned mines, including the very real risk of cave-ins, volatile explosives, wild animals, and entire sections without oxygen.
Wait, Hellion is actually super kind. I would have gone dead penalty if it was available. To be fair, she probably won't live to release. How's it everyone days going? Well, mine is fine. It's fine. It's kind of cold nowadays, but doing fine.
However, the most chilling part of
I did get a little panicked this morning, but everything's settled.
video was the story and the accompanying found footage of an accident that had occurred years earlier. On July 4th, 1990.
This is the caveman meme, where they're like, cave divers, was it? Or cavemen. There's a meme for this, right? The Uncle Sam thing, yeah. The big beautiful bill. But anyway, sorry, my throat is actually getting dry. Men cave. No. The cave something. Like, they like to adventure into caves and whatever.
1998, a group of young men found an abandoned mine in Nevada and decided to explore it for fun. Though, surprisingly, the boys seemed acutely aware of the mistake
Yeah,
they
cave
were making
diving.
right from the start.
You see Briz pointing out, stay alive. It's a good point, but we're not too smart, so we're gonna go anyway.
Oh, man! This is very simple as men. Well, that sign won't stop me because I can't read! Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck happened to the chat? Am I tweaking? Huh? It just zoomed in really fast!
This is an unsafe mine. Danger.
Yet the allure of exploring a place untouched for decades
This is
was
what
too
we call
tempting for them to
foreshadowing.
ignore.
God,
However,
and
the
her
deeper
rule
they
for
went into the
making that joke.
mine, the more dangerous it became, with the boys walking over sketchy wooden
Spelunking is
bridges
the
to
term.
continue their journey.
There you go,
They even found
spelunking.
signs of the mine caving in, but chose to ignore those signs just
Like, out of all the hobbies that you can get as a dude, right? You decided that despite that you have a good loving wife, you have children, and you have a good job, and you're looking towards a good retirement, you decided that cave diving, yeah, you go to caves is your hobby. Why? Why? Not the underwater ones. Okay. Guys loving getting into tight space. What is this? Like a natural urge to go into tight space. You know what? Never mind. I will never understand that.
to venture deeper.
If you look at all this,
Oh my god.
there's lots of rocks and stuff that have fallen from the ceiling, which indicates that probably not a good idea to be walking this way. And,
Guys, maybe go back! Go the fuck back! Turn back, but you're still alive!
well, they've already fallen, so they're not gonna fall again. Well, there's more to fall still.
People do it for the thrill of the game. Why not they just sign up for your crane or something?
An important thing to keep in mind
Yeah,
is that
that's
these weren't
exciting.
professionals with prior experience of safely exploring abandoned mines. This was just a group of boys looking to do something cool and film the adventure.
It
They could have
reminds us
easily
of
plunged their
something.
deaths down a
Reminds us
1,000-foot
of
mine
something, you
shaft or
mean.
gotten lost in the miles-long maze of tunnels, which started looking more and more like...
I mean, if you believe in Freudian thingy, I think it does kind of make sense. I'm in for opening things up and giving it a good... Gray, why? I can't defend you, man! Stop! Hellion, that's worse.
as
Oh,
time
you're getting the Ukrainian special.
went on.
Getting
Yeah,
drone
we gotta
struck.
remember where we're. Okay, we got out here.
Goddamn, these guys are just high-fiving in front of me!
What do they mean? Dead end. Okay, they're all got an X on. We can go this way. That one's got an X.
Men love their cave diving.
Where'd that go? Goes down. Along there. Ooh, that's
Just call them a bitch as the degree wants to insert the cassette.
not a little. Well, it'd be kind of hard. If you slipped and fell, you could catch yourself before you actually fell down that. Not if panic set in and you scream like a little girl.
Toxic gases and radioactive elements could have also caused serious health issues down the line.
That's where Redditors live! It will kill you! Don't go in there!
If not immediately. Fortunately, they somehow managed to avoid all of these dangers and make their way fairly deep into the mine. But
Don't give him a chance. What was it
Really?
saying?
fortunately, they
Don't give him a chance. Stay out and stay alive. Yeah, guys, don't go to Reddit!
somehow managed to avoid all of these dangers and make their way fairly deep into the mine. But then they came across something that could have
They
ended
need
all of
to
their
penetrate
lives in one fell
deeper.
swoop.
Got some pipes. Oh, wow.
The male primal urge to go deeper.
We have to climb that.
Yeah, don't everybody keep up.
Remember to glide it and give it a... Oh my god.
I got it.
The radioactive predator cave!
You're gonna be the one
No.
to fall. This is going to America's Funniest when somebody falls. That's a good idea.
Alright, guys. Place your bets that it's gonna happen. Someone's actually gonna fall. I mean, you're not gonna make it to this fucking YouTube channel if nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
Place your bets! Someone's gonna fall!
While crossing a sketchy section of the mine, one of the boys noticed a rope dangling down from one of the wooden beams and immediately became curious.
Of course, trust the fucking 100-year-old rope. Wow. Smart.
About whatever was down there.
It's down to the main shaft. Wow, so we're climbing down this rope. Yeah. How far down?
Why would you trust that rope? It's old. It's been there for so long.
How are we getting out of it? Climbing up it.
You know what? It's men. What do I know?
They had little rope climbing experience between them. However, they didn't let that stop them from accomplishing their desires. The guy named Adam decided to be the first one to descend, resulting in this.
Okay, people.
Down as it goes.
Okay, people. Let's just a bet. Someone's gonna fall, and it's this motherfucker.
Oh. All the way down to that ladder. You were going down. We're like a good 30.
This guy's still wearing a hard hat.
We're like gonna hook this camera first. I okay. About 300 feet. You don't like where to go.
I think they just won't be able to climb back out. Whoever wins gets a gift sub from me. No, hold on.
Like you doing it in your mouth. Nah, it's all like this. Is it off now? No.
Wait.
How am I gonna get the thing down there? Yeah, but how am I get back up?
Alright, reverse nickel. Betting in 200%. Then he fell.
I don't have.
I'm betting he fell too. There it is!
Oh, Adam. Adam. Yes. Adam.
Yup, he did! He's super dead!
Oh God. Oh God. Somebody help. Adam.
No, you want help. You want God's help? Nuh-uh!
Hope Adam chose to trust was completely worn and gave way shortly after putting his weight on it.
Yeah, way to go to remove yourself from the gene pool, I guess. Way to go, man! Good on you!
This caused him to plunge 65 feet down
The
a dark
lithium
mine
smile!
shaft and lose consciousness. Luckily, none of the damage he took on his way down was immediately lethal. He was still breathing.
Motherfucker lived.
His friends were able to find an exit and contact the authorities, who eventually rescued Adam after an hours-long rescue mission. Ultimately, them escaping the mine without any casualties was nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah, I would say it is. He got that Spider-Man treatment.
The mine shaft could have easily been over 100 feet deep, or Adam could have just as easily hit his head on the surrounding wall.
No,
Both
he
of these
got
scenarios
one.
would have resulted in his death. What's even worse is that the whole group could have gotten stranded in the shaft if the
Yeah, this is just some plain old dumb fuckery of, you know, younglings.
broke when the last person was going down. With no way to contact the outside world, the group would have likely died of starvation. Fortunately, they were able to walk away from this terrifying.
What a way to lose weight, though. Just imagine, of all the people in America that are fat, right? You send them to a cave, and you lose them inside the cave, and they won't be able to eat for a whole, like, 3 days or something. They will lose weight fast! Never ever go into this shit without road. Also, don't trespass.
Experience with just a few broken bones along with cuts and scratches.
This is why women live longer than men. Amen.
On the 25th
Amen.
of February 2022,
I'm not that fat. Don't worry, Nickel. Don't worry, Nickel. I'm also fat.
the Perea Fuel Company hired maintenance workers to reopen one of the underwater pipes connecting their oil unloading dock and refinery. The operation team included 5
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're not fat. What the fuck? You're 180 pounds? Yo!
men, Christopher Kazin.
I get it, Gray.
Yusuf, Rishi, and Faisal.
Thank you. It is flattering, but at the same time, come on, I'm trying to lose weight.
They were going to use a pressurized habitat to inspect the pipe and make any necessary repairs. However,
men aren't here for a long time, but good. Wait. Men aren't here for a long time, but for a good time. Damn.
Shortly after entering this habitat, all 5 men disappeared from the worksite, leaving
Wait, reverse, is this you? Reverse, is this you right here?
those on the surface to wonder what
Like
could have
that
happened.
one?
It wasn't until rescuers found footage from a GoPro mounted to one of the diver's suits that the full truth came to light. The
Rins! What the fuck?
footage showed the men struggling to open the valve, keeping the pipe shut, prompting Kazim to go get
What
a
the hell, you
wrench.
made a game
He
shoot
returned to the
stick?
habitat
No,
and handed
no,
the wrench over to
I'm
his
gonna
coworkers.
die!
But then, a few seconds later, this happened.
Oh hell no! What the fuck? It sucked up real fast and did that? God damn, that's an insta suck. Like, with all due respect for those that passed away, but holy fuck. Big suck, real fast. I mean, you could put me on a Roomba model and I'll be able to fit in caves, I'm sure. Yeah, with all due respect, they got sucked real hard.
When the valve was opened, its low pressure created a powerful vacuum. Water rushed into the habitat, while the pressurized air violently forced everyone into the pipe. All 5 of the men were forced into the 30-inch wide pipe, faster than they could blink.
Yeah, nope, this is gonna be in my nightmares.
After tumbling through the metal pipe at violent speeds for a minute and a half, they came to a stop at a section containing a small air pocket, just enough to keep them alive, allowing them a brief moment to find their bearings and assess the gravity of their situation. All of them were barely breathing, and one of them had also injured his leg. And while the air pocket was keeping them—
Wait, why is the pipe? That's a rifling groove, right? Nah, maybe guy used the wrong image, I suppose.
alive for the moment, it wasn't going to last very long. So, with no other option, the 2 men at the front, Christopher and Faisal, started moving forward in hopes of reaching the pipe's end and getting—
Why would you do this to me, man? Why would you shrimp me?
help for the other 3. But after making their way through several flooded sections—
Yo, what the fuck, that far? Yo, what the fuck? I don't want this.
Faisal lost hope and refused to go any further.
Fuck!
This left
And there's
Christopher to
no
continue
light!
alone,
Remember, there's no light in that area. Fuck!
and ultimately reached the end of the pipe, where he was eventually pulled out by
Yo, Trade, what's up?
rescuers. Unfortunately, the same did not happen for his 4 co-workers. Days
Dang.
passed, and the rescue efforts were slipped.
Alright, time for the 21st century woman experience of eating breakfast while watching true crime.
to none.
That's
eventually
exactly
leaving the
what I
other
do,
4 to
man!
die in that cramped metal tube. The company's CEO later defended this decision, stating that a rescue mission would have only endangered more lives.
Well, that would be true though, because if they tried to, like, bust open the pipe somewhere along the way, what was that? The delta pressure, was it? Delta P pressure. It will also cost a lot of money, yeah, to save them. It's like, yeah, they inevitably will perish there. So as much as like people disagree with the CEO's decision on that one, I think, yeah, at this point, how the hell will you do that? Or your wallet will be in danger. And what?
Happened for his 4 co-workers. Days passed, and the rescue efforts were slim to none, eventually leaving the other 4 to die in that cramped metal tube. The company's CEO later defended this decision, stating that a rescue mission would have only endangered more lives.
They most likely perished by carbon monoxide poisoning.
The incident sparked widespread outrage and even forced the regional government to launch an inquiry into how such a disaster was allowed to happen in the first place.
By the way, what happened to the
But, as
cult
is the
guy?
case with
He self-bopped himself after he murked the maid, her caretaker, when they were in the cult. So he murked the what do you call this one? He murked the caretaker and then bopped himself. Yeah, he rage quit after committing a crime. They have machine that could provide an air. Oh, like a hose. Yeah, you know what? They could have thought of that. So we're sliding into the hot zone.
countless similar incidents, nothing much came of it, despite the numerous hearings. The other 4 divers were left for dead. That said, the Trinidad government did announce a compensation of $1 million for each of their families, as well as Christopher, in April 2025.
There is tech to provide.
On April 28,
stuff, but
2020.
sure. Yeah, you know what? The way the CEO kind of just gave up on them is kind of suspicious. Now that Drifter actually made a point, why not send a hose, a long ass hose, to pump oxygen while they're down there? No clue what you're talking about, but awesome. Wait, I think I remember the pipeline accident. Just abandon them. They don't care about their people. Yeah.
2-year-old Russian diving instructor Yuri Lipsky decided to reach the depths of the Blue Hole in Dahab, Egypt. This was
The
a risky
Blue
plan
Hole.
from the get-go, since the Blue
They
Hole
bought
is
their
widely regarded
silences.
as the deadliest diving site in the world, with as many as 200 fatalities
It wouldn't happen like that on an American rig.
recent years. To make matters worse, before his dive, Yuri asked a local technical diver to accompany him on his journey. All of them rejected him, since the preparations for this risky of a dive took as long as a week. Yet Yuri wanted to go in just 2 days, no matter what. Even after every instructor refused to support his plan, instead of backing out, Yuri made the worst mistake of his life and chose to go through with it alone. He started
People would rather get other people hurt than spend money on them.
the dive around noon and quickly disappeared into the depths of the ocean. However, many hours passed and there was no sign of Yuri anywhere. His concerned mother enlisted the help of a local technical diver named Tariq Omar, who immediately set out to rescue her son. Unfortunately, by the time he found Yuri, it was already too late. Tariq discovered Yuri's lifeless body floating near the floor of the Blue Hole. The next day, he returned with the necessary equipment to bring Yuri's body back to the surface and got to work. But as he was about to take Yuri back, he noticed that Yuri's diving camera was lying nearby. So he grabbed that as well and began ascending. This camera had captured the final moments of Yuri in haunting detail. The dive started like any other, with Yuri swimming alongside many other divers. However, it wasn't long before everyone else faded from view as he started to descend deeper into the Blue Hole. And that's when all the worst possible things started happening in rapid succession. It started with him failing to keep his gas levels under check, resulting in him getting nitrogen poisoning and becoming extremely disoriented. By the time he realized his situation, he was already
Reverse! Get your mind out of the gutter for once. Come on! The guy died!
sinking like a rock. He
I mean, by his own choices, but still no.
started panicking and began inflating his buoyancy control device quickly to avoid sinking any further. Tragically, this backfired. The buoyancy control device bursted due to the rapidly increasing pressure, leaving Yuri no way of safely returning to the surface.
Yeah. He chose to go by himself and drowned. Well, he didn't really drown, more like nitrogen poisoning or something.
The increasing depth exacerbates the symptoms of nitrogen poisoning as well.
Nitrogen
and
poisoning.
it wasn't
Here you
long
go.
before his camera captured the horrific sounds of him struggling to breathe, ending with him sinking to the 377 feet or 115 meters deep sea floor and passing away. The only silver lining in this whole situation is that there's a good chance the found footage helped at least one diver avoid a similar fate by learning from the mistakes that cost Yuri his life.
Damn. Alright, what's next? Damn. This is why I really don't understand why people like do really weird hobbies that could potentially take their lives. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Sorry, I'm just not gonna fuck with water.